Okay, today we're going to be removing a door. First off we have a 8mm bolt here. This is the easiest way to get at it. You can do it with the door open and the fender not off, but it's a little bit more awkward to get at. So for today I'm taking the easier route, seeing as the fender's already off. You remove that 8mm bolt, loosen it and pull up. And from there we have a pop-up mechanism, and that removes the wiring harness from the door, or disconnects the wiring harness from the door. Then we have to carry on from the other side. Where we have an E10 torque socket. And from there we have $13mm nuts, 2 on the top hinge, 2 on the bottom hinge. You're not going to be able to see me get those undone, but I work from taking off the lower one on the top hinge, then both on the bottom hinge, then come back and remove the top one while supporting the door. I'll get that done and come back. When the door is removed, you can see that there are shims, so I don't touch those, and I put the nuts back as always to keep the shims from getting lost, and the nuts. On the hinge side, you can see that there are very large slots, so once the door is removed you're going to have to go through the effort of readjusting it so that it fits properly. And none of this other stuff has to be removed, but as I'm doing the color change paint job, I'm trying to remove as much. Now I ran out of power and I carried on moving the stuff, but I've come to the same problem on this side, where that one came out and this one, now the nut's just turning inside the plastic. I can't believe they actually make plastic parts for this thing. But now I've got to get some serious fixing problems happening. So there you can see the nut in the plastic, and all it's doing is spinning in there. The threads are bound. So basically I'm going to have to cut that off bolt flush, drill it out carefully in center, and retap the nut, and come back and do that. Now I don't have much of a workbench right now because I have mini everywhere. Well, there's the pilot hole. Looks fairly centered. Now I'll move to a 3/16, which is about the size for doing a 6mm thread. And that saved me actually heating it up and melting it out. And that's what the whole assembly is. I'm going to have to modify it so that it'll work without spinning. And clean this up a little bit. All this is plastic is non-essential there, so scrape it off. And I'll get back to things in a moment. Now hopefully I have enough grip on that thread that I can get this thing out of here. No problem. And I'm just going to chase the threads, make sure they're clear. Now what I'm going to do here is take a chunk of 2.5-inch common nail, and I'm going to TIG weld it onto there. Have to do that again because I didn't get it in the right spot. I'm going to leave about a 1/4 inch on there and then do the same to the other side. Okay, we've got a couple of ears welded onto it. And the theory is that once it's melted into the plastic, it'll have more of a grab than just the nut edges. And make sure everything is flush with the original nut. Chase the threads through again to make sure there's no weld in the way. put the bolt through the other way. This is so you can apply some heat to the bolt rather than way down onto the plastic. Just trying to get it hot enough so that it'll start to melt in. And then we use the old standby of JB Weld and fill in the hole so that hopefully it will stay there. As you can see, it's been melted right in. The ears have been melted right in so that it's got something to grab against, so the nut will not spin anymore. Ouch! Ah, that's still freaking warm. You want to remove the bolt so the JB Weld does not attach itself. And then give it 24 hours to dry. We'll come back later. Okay, I'm back. Now the JB Weld is all hardened. Now it's a matter of smoothing it all off to the same height. Check the threads. Make sure there's no glue in there. You might have to clean them and then chase them again with another tap, but after that everything is ready to go. Now the thing about these threads are a special shoulder bolt. We've got a washer that doesn't come off, and a shoulder bolt and a T25 Torx. Or is it a 30? Not sure right now. But they're built so that they fit inside the rubber slot that caps the thing. Now there's special from the dealer, but seeing as my dealers, there's two dealers over 100 clicks apart and I'm smack in the middle of it, I'm just going to build my own that won't be Torx. I'll just make it with a flat head or maybe even a hex head. I'll decide as I'm going. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Thank you kindly.